Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing my final module of my hieroglyphics course. I know, I can't believe it, I'm at the end. So I took my final assignment and I passed the overall course with an 87.1%, which was a distinction, which I'm really happy about. And they have sent me my certificate via email, and I am going to purchase some high quality paper to print it on so I can put it on my wall. I just want to say a massive thank you to all of you who have supported me from module 1 to module 10. I've seen all your lovely comments, and you know, it really means a lot to see you enjoy watching my videos based on something that I really enjoy. So let's crack on with the final module. So module 10 was numbers, dates and nouns. So counting on numbers. The Egyptians used a base to 10 number or decimal counting system. They counted in ones, tens, hundreds and thousands, just as we do. They also used numerals in their writing. They would use numeral symbols to reflect a number. We do the same. So we would write 500 instead of writing 500 or written out in letters. So they had different symbols to represent multiples of 10. So with 42 we would place the number 4 first, and then we would put the number 2. And that's how we understand the value. The ancient Egyptians, however, each digit or symbol represents the same value regardless of position, and is repeated the necessary amount of times to indicate a specific number. So they would have the symbol for the number 10 4 times to represent the 40, and then they would have the symbol for 1 twice to represent the 2, and that is how they would write 42. So here is a different way of they would write it. So this is their 40 and then 2, and then this is how they would write 10,042. So the 10,000 is represented by like a finger symbol, so they would put the finger symbol, then the 4 tens and then the 2 ones, and that made 10,042. So yeah, that was quite interesting. So next we looked at the Egyptian calendar. The Egyptians followed a lunar calendar based around 12 lunar months and 3 seasons. Each new year coincided with the rising Nile tide and the flooding. However, this was not ideal because some lunar months lasted approximately 29.5 days, which meant some years had 13 new moons rather than 12. So they developed a solar calendar which contained 365 days. So for the Egyptians, 1 week was 10 days, 3 weeks was a month, 4 months was a season, and 3 seasons and 5 holy days was 1 year. The 5 holy days were celebrating the birth of a deity: Osiris, Horus, Seth, Isis and Nephthys. And the first day of the year was known as the birth of Re, the sun god. So the seasons, the first one was Akhet, and this was the first season, which translates to flood. No farming would happen during this season because all the fields were flooded. And I'm not going to actually try and pronounce the months because it's impossible for me to try. So what I will do is I will put in the description the months for you to look at. Pruyet was the second season. This was known as the growing season. And then there was Shimu. This was the third season, which translates to low water, and this was known as the harvest season. So as I've said previously, all the months had names, but these were rarely used in hieroglyphs. They used a 3-part numerical system to specify the day and month. So let's do this in parts. So first they would do the sign for month, then do the number either 1 to 4 to say which month in the season they wanted. They would then say the name of the season, so they would do the symbol for that. And then they would do the sign for day, followed by the symbol for the number 1 to 30 to indicate which day in the month it was. So it was quite intricate. You would really have to know what you were looking for, but yeah, that's how they did it. So the year was known as the year of the king. So Egyptians defined their years by the current king's reign and the length of time he was on the throne. So the example being that the reigning king was Ramses, and he was 10 years into his reign. So the year would be year 10 of King Ramses, and they would do that until he passed, and then do the year of the next pharaoh. So then we look at hieroglyphic grammar. Ancient Egyptians also used grammar rules when writing hieroglyphs. However, their grammar was quite complex and detailed. So they didn't really go into that too much in this course, but just because it is so complex. They didn't think beginners would be able to understand it. You would really need to know, you know, what the hieroglyphs were, the ideograms, the determinatives before even thinking about grammars. So next we've got nouns. Nouns are used to identify a person, place or thing. In ancient Egypt this might be a woman, a temple and justice. The Egyptians used 2 terms, gender and number, to do the noun. So gender, many languages gender their nouns. For example, the Spanish, for the word child, they would do the word that would mean either boy or girl. The Egyptians did the same, and they would add a T at the end of the word to feminine nouns. However, masculine nouns had no ending. So for son, they would have the hieroglyph of a duck. And then for daughter, they would have the hieroglyph of a duck and a hieroglyph of a bread loaf, because the bread loaf was the letter T in their alphabet. So by that we would know it was a girl. And then by numbers, ancient Egyptians also used numbers to describe their nouns. They had 3 numbers for Egyptian nouns. This was singular, plural and dual. So plurality, the Egyptians used a few different methods to indicate that the word was plural. The most common was 3 strokes. So for sisters, they would have the arrow, the sign for water, the bread loaf, the woman, and then the 3 strokes, and this would show that there was 3 sisters. Sometimes the scribes would also repeat the determinative or ideogram 3 times to indicate plurality. For duality, Egyptians loved balance and harmony. The concept of duality was favourable to them. They showed this by using double ideograms or determinatives and the addition of a single consonant sign for the sound Y. So a masculine noun would be WY, and then a female noun would be TY. So, like so. So yeah, that was my last module. I'm upset that it's over now. I've absolutely loved learning more about the ancient Egyptians and their writing system and, you know, their culture. From a child I've absolutely loved ancient Egypt. It is my goal to go to Egypt one day, and I'm going to hope that I can use what I've learned in this course to maybe translate some writings, hieroglyphs on the walls. So yeah, maybe I'll try and look for some more courses to do, and maybe see what other Egyptian courses there are out there that could inspire me. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I've really appreciated all your support. Please do hit the subscribe button and the like button if you've enjoyed this video, and please do leave a comment down below. Any questions that you have, I will more than happy answer that, and yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye!